Hello, I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm Denmardo Nagaspi, and before we start, I have one quick question for you. When you look at Japan today, doesn't it make you think that they're very good people and they seem very gentle and nice? You might say, yeah, because they have all these cute cartoons and animes like Doraemon, Pokemon, and many more, and because they have cute girls over there. But would you believe me if I told you that they used to be very cruel and that they colonized over more than 10 countries? That's including the Philippines, Taiwan, and Korea. Today, we are focusing on their taxation system during their colonization period, specifically in the Philippines. Japan colonized the Philippines for 3 to 4 years, starting on late 1941 up until 1945. During this time, Japanese military administration, which was in charge of the taxation system, added even more taxes for Filipinos to pay with the already existing taxes like income tax, property tax, sales tax, and business tax, and they even added the war tax. The Japanese administration made heavy taxes on the Philippines mainly to support their war efforts and maintain control over the country. When Japan occupied the Philippines from 1942 to 1945, they needed a lot of money and resources to continue fighting in World War II. Instead of using their own funds, they forced Filipinos to pay high taxes to cover the costs of running the government, feeding the soldiers, and producing war supplies. The taxes collected from Filipinos were used to finance Japan's military operations in Asia and not to help the local people. You see where I'm getting the cruel part? Another reason was to control the economy and weaken Filipino resistance. By making taxes heavier and introducing the almost worthless Mickey Mouse money, the Japanese made it harder for Filipinos to earn and save money. This left the people poor and dependent on the Japanese government, reducing their ability to fight back or support guerrilla movements. The taxes were also a way to show power, a reminder that Japanese was in charge and could take whatever they wanted from the Philippines.
The heavy taxation system during the Japanese colonization had terrible effects on the lives of Filipinos. Since most of the money collected went to support Japan's war efforts, ordinary people were left with almost nothing. Many Filipinos lost their savings because the Japanese issued money known as Mickey Mouse money became nearly worthless. Prices of basic goods like rice, sugar, and salt increased drastically, leading to widespread hunger and poverty. Farmers were forced to give part of their harvest as taxes or contributions to the Japanese military, leaving little food for their own families. The Japanese taxation system during their occupation of the Philippines in 1942 up until 1945 and the modern day taxation system have the same basic purpose to collect money from the people to fund government needs, but they are both different in purpose, fairness, and effect. During the Japanese period, taxes were used mainly to benefit Japan's war efforts and keep control over Filipinos. It was forced, unfair, and often abusive. People paid high taxes but received no benefits in return. Many suffered because the money and resources collected were taken out of the country or used for war, not for the people's welfare. In contrast, modern taxation in the Philippines is meant to support the country and its citizens. Taxes today are collected by the government to fund public services like education, healthcare, infrastructure, and disaster response. Unlike during the Japanese occupation, the government now has laws and systems to make taxation more organized and ideally fair. People also have representation through elected officials, meaning citizens have voice in how taxes are used. And that is the taxation system in the Philippines under the rule of Japanese colonization. I hope you learned a lot and that will be all. Thank you.